Yo, what's up guys, Jack here, and today I'm bringing you some brand spanking new gameplay of Quantum Break. I've had my eye on this for a while, ever since it was announced, as I love all of the Remedy games. If you don't know who they are, think Max Payne, Max Payne 2 and Alan Wake. Max Payne 2 is actually one of my all-time favourite single player games. It was short, but every second of it was action packed and full of bullet time shenanigans. And here we are now with Quantum Break, 4 years in the making and releasing on Xbox One and PC at exactly the same time, which is a nice surprise. Xbox of course now taking the stance that Xbox exclusives should also be released on PC. We've had this one confirmed, Forza 6 as well now, but fingers crossed we'll see new Halo and Gears titles on the PC in the future. I think it just makes sense. Right then, onto the game Quantum Break. What's it all about? Well, I don't want to spoil anything for you. As such, there's no story cinematics or anything like that in here. But basically, you're that dude from X-Men, Shawn Ashmore, and you can control time. You can pause time, rewind time, manipulate it, all that good stuff. And it all ties into the gameplay because this is very much an action game. And from what I've played so far, which is about 2 hours, it's very satisfying indeed. I'll go into more detail on that soon. For now, I wanted to touch on the live action components of this game, because depending on what choices you've made in the game, you'll be greeted with a 20-minute live action TV episode kind of thing, which expands the story and actually uses the in-game characters. Now, I thought this sounded awful when I heard about it, but I watched the first full 20-minute episode and it actually wasn't bad. There's swearing in it, some adult themes and a little bit of sexy time, plus it's got Littlefinger from Game of Thrones in it as well as the bloke from Fringe. It was alright. You can skip them if you want to and completely ignore them, but if you want the complete Quantum Break experience, you should watch them. There's 4 in total throughout the game, each 20 minutes, so you're looking at just over an hour for the whole thing. So then, back to the combat and action in the game. As far as I'm aware, you could just play this game as a typical third-person shooter and never use the time mechanics when you fight, but that would be a little bit boring now, wouldn't it? So as you progress through the game, you gain access to more time-related abilities and you can upgrade them too. So you're looking at stuff like longer duration, more power, better healing, etc. You know the drill. So the first ability you get is the time stop, and guess what that does? It allows you to quadruple backflip whilst dancing the funky chicken. Just kidding, it allows you to freeze time in a certain area, you dummy. You aim it at an opponent, activate the skill, and boom, you've done gone froze that mofo in time. Now you can do a couple of things to defeat that enemy. You could just shoot at them loads, stack up a load of bullets in front of their face and hope that they die once time unfreezes, or the cooler option, run up to them, melee with B so they're flying in the air backwards and shotgun their ass to Kingdom Come. Boom, shakalaka. Next ability, time dodge or time doge if you like. You can speed around dodging all of the bullets and grenades, use it to flank, use it to surprise and get out of danger. Now one of the coolest things about this though is that as soon as you leave a time dodge, you can aim and focus time, which is basically bullet time for a few seconds, allowing you to quickly take out a target before moving on to the next. Very cool indeed. Have I told you about the time shield either? Well, for only $9.99 a month, this could be yours. Activate the time shield and you'll be protected in a little bubble of time where no harm can be done. You can regenerate health and have some alone time to think about all of the bad things you've done, you naughty boy. And then your abilities get better as you kill more people and progress through the game, and you might unlock the time blast for example, charge it up, aim and boom, send those basic bitches to the time clinic. There are tougher bad guys of course. This big dude with a shotgun is a pain in the ass and requires some more damage, and later in the game you're introduced to time bastards, I like to call them. These enemies wear packs on their backs which allow them to manipulate time and use some of your abilities, so they can walk through time freezes, they can time dodge, and just generally they're really annoying. But if you use all your stuff, eventually you'll beat them and show them who the time boss really is. That's you, by the way. So lots of options for combat here, and it flows excellently together. It's got those Max Payne vibes where you'll walk into a construction site, there's a group of mercenaries with various weapons, health, explosive canisters scattered around, and it basically becomes your playground, and you just attempt to kill everyone in the fastest and coolest way possible. It really gives me those good action feels, and there's probably a lot more weaponry and time abilities to unlock further down the line. 4 years in the making, I'm pretty sure that they've had plenty of time, pun intended, to come up with some crazy superpowers. The powers also lend themselves to puzzle elements of the game too. You can use the rewind time function to remove obstacles that are blocking your way, or rebuild things that were destroyed but now can be used to cross into another section of the level. There's a great amount of polish here too. I didn't encounter any bugs in my play session, the controls feel great, and the world is absolutely jam-packed with detail and story. I stumbled across several optional story filler moments that add even more detail, even finding a teaser for Alan Wake 2 right near the start of the game. The graphics are also very pretty, beautiful lighting effects, and some of the best facial capture and realistic looking video game humans I've ever seen. There was a weird blur from time to time though, but I hope that's just a stylistic choice in the earlier levels. In terms of technical specs, this is the Xbox One version you're seeing, which I was told runs at 1080p and 30 FPS. The PC version will support 60 FPS, 4K and mouse and keyboard, so fingers crossed it will be a good port. Max Payne and Max Payne 2 ran well on PC back in the day if you had a good system. Hopefully Remedy can maintain that legacy. Also, we get cross-platform save games and checkpoints, so +1 for that. So overall, the 2 hours I spent with the game this morning have left me impressed, and I think they've nailed that badass combat and little pockets of action that Remedy are excellent at creating. My only concern is that the game keeps throwing in new abilities and enemies to fight against to keep it fresh and engaging, making the player think tactically rather than just spamming cooldowns. We shall see. And also, I found it a little bit too easy on normal difficulty, but that could be just because I was at the start of the game and it might ramp up as it progresses. Of course, you can select between easy, normal and hard mode. PS, why no multiplayer? I think it's a shame. It would have been really sweet if they managed to balance all of the time mechanics somehow. And there we have it. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you like the look of Quantum Break, or will you give it a miss? Thanks for watching guys. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, a thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one.